Let's talk about the big break that has not come. This is the writing edition, but I'm sure that in every facet of our lives, even if we are not writers, there are things that we are hoping for, but we have not seen them manifest. I use the word manifest because that seems to be the thing now. Speak it and it comes to pass. Say it and it comes to pass. Start acting like it and it comes to pass. In fact, I have one of my notes to myself somewhere around here that says, oh, right here, you will soon travel the world. Start acting like it. And I put that up because it is something I've known I will do. And I've known that it is storytelling and writing that will take me around the world. It has not happened yet. But I put it here to remind me every day because left to circumstances and all that is going on, I will forget. I will lose hope. I will lose courage and I will forget. And it will never happen if I don't keep reminding myself. But it has not happened. And this may be the story for many people, for many of you. So, 7 things to do while waiting for the big break. Again, you can relate this to any facet of your life, even if you are not a writer. Before you become the author of repute, before you become the storyteller known around the world, traveling around the world on the expense of others, on the expense of your books that you have written and people really love, what are 7 things that you can do while waiting? Keep writing. And as I'm telling you this, I'm telling myself, Jemima, keep writing. Do not stop writing. These days, writing for me is becoming. Anyway, writing has never been something that I would take for granted because some people feel because I say I am a writer, it means writing comes to me easily. It doesn't come to me easily. Even people who are close to me, even my family, kind of think so. Just, you're the writer now. Writing doesn't come that easily to people who are writers and who are storytellers. I think I should put that disclaimer out right now. It doesn't come easily. If you think it comes easily, then you can tend to start taking it for granted, if that makes sense. Yes, it may be easier for you than some to put the amount of words you get to put together in the space of time in such an intelligent way. Yes, others may not be able to do that, but that's your gift. But the fact that it's a gift doesn't mean it comes easily to you. I don't know if that makes sense. So the tendency to just stop writing because this thing that you've been waiting for has not happened yet is very strong. But if you say you are a writer, if you say you are a storyteller, and even though you have not traveled the world yet, on the expense of the books you are going to write, or on the essays you are going to put out to the world, you have to keep writing. That's the only way you can tell yourself that you're a writer. Since the world has not yet realized that you're a writer because you don't have that big thing out there yet, you have to keep writing. And who knows which of those big things you will continue to write and will get to the world someday. So you have to keep writing. And Jemima, keep writing. All right. It may not be easy. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. You struggle to just put down one sentence. You have the idea up in your head. You struggle to put down one sentence. And you are discouraged because you are the writer, but you can't even put down one sentence out of the brilliant story idea you have. And so that's how you just keep it as an idea for the next 6 months, for the next 1 year. How many story ideas have you written down and you have not finished till today because you started and one sentence was too difficult for you to write and so you abandoned all of it altogether? I'm saying this from experience because I know. Keep writing. The second thing I would say is keep reading. Major point I said in one of the Let's Talk Storytelling videos of the earlier times when I just started this channel. You cannot say you are a writer if you are not a reader. A writer is a reader essentially. Again, I retrieve the example I used in that video when I talked about how when Chimamanda started to go to places to give speeches, traveling on the expense of what she has put out and not at her own expense, going around being invited to talk here and talk there. And the most intriguing thing about her was The way she was able to speak about so many things. When her earliest books came out, everybody just thought, oh, she's just a feminist writer. That's what she knows. Feminism, feminism. But she was on CNN. She would be on all these platforms in these universities talking to people who are about to go into the world. You know, her judgment, her knowledge being trusted in terms of politics, in terms of economy, in terms of societal issues, just name it. A voice that was being heard, not just someone who had written Purple Hibiscus or someone who had written Half of a Yellow Sun or someone who had written Americana. Someone may not have written on some other issues, but people trusted her to come speak about those issues. And it was just a challenge to me that what do I know? And it's not as if she also knows everything. It's not as if you will know everything. But there's a tendency to learn something that you did not know today, tomorrow, just by picking up a book and reading it. I'm trying to get into reading nonfiction because now I want to start writing more of nonfiction. I feel like I've boxed myself into a corner too long and too far to even call myself a writer. If I want to call myself an all-round writer, I should be an all-round reader. So I want to add more non-fiction books to my reading repertoire. So I think that to be a writer who has not yet had the big break, you have to be a reader who is going to have the big break. So you have to read wide, read from all these people you admire, listen to their speeches, listen to their podcasts if they have them, listen to their wealth of knowledge. How do they present issues? How do they even present the basis of stories? How do they present humanity? How do they present real life, real world? How do they present even the world they imagine? Science fiction, things that may not even happen, but how do they present it to you to make you so invested in the story to the point that you feel like it has happened? Children are so intrigued by watching Superman. They are so intrigued by watching Spider-Man. They want to have the costumes. They disturb their parents to give them the toys because the story was told in a way to make it seem real to them. And then even you who is an adult, you find yourself sitting down watching it with them because you get so invested in the story. This is a story that may never happen. There's no human that will be beaten by a spider and then have supernatural powers to fly and save the world. At least not now, not in the near future, maybe not ever. But you're invested in these stories because people sat down to take from their wealth of knowledge to write them. So read about those people, read about their stories before you have the big break. And how I also see it is what is good for the goose is good for the gander. What you want others to do for you, do it for others. And so, over the past 1 year, I've had about two or three people who are, so to say, close to me, not close to me, but who I know, who have produced books, and I went out of my way to buy those books because I want people to buy my books tomorrow, and especially people I know. If my family doesn't buy my books, my friends don't buy my books, I have to reevaluate my whole life. So I know these people, I so to say know where they are coming from. And so I have to buy their books. I have to read what they know. I have to encourage them by reading what they've written. And so if you are a writer expecting a big break tomorrow, I think you should read writers who have had big breaks. Maybe it's also part of manifesting, since that's a word that we all like these days. So maybe consider it as manifesting. I would advise you read books. You read more books. The third thing I'll say you should do before the big break is to have an online presence. And hand in hand with this goes having a social media space. I'm not saying be a freak about social media. I'm not saying start to live a life that you don't think is for you if you're not the one who likes to be posting on social media. That's not what I mean. I mean that you should have a track record of who you are and what you have to present to the world. Because if you say that tomorrow you're going to take over the world by storm with your stories, you're going to take over the world with the things in your head, the things that you have acquired over the years, How do we know what you have acquired over the years, though, if you do not set a track record, if you do not have a record of it somewhere? And thank God we are in the age where everything can be recorded online, everything can be kept for posterity. So if you Google my name now, Jesus Bami Atana, go ahead, Google it. You're going to see a few places online where my name is mentioned. I do not have the big break. I don't think I've written something so phenomenal that the world has seen yet. But if you Google my full name, you will see something that I have done. You will see one, two, three things that says, okay, she is a writer actually. So what do you have online that people can use to set a track record and say, yes, she is a writer? If I go to your Instagram page, what is there? What are your interests too, even as a writer? What are some things that you like? Is it there in your, so to say, social media portfolio? Because you're a brand in yourself. Before you have the big break, before you get to the world, your world, first of all, is the one that you are creating, the one that you know that you are before people even get to know that this is your world, the one that you already know within yourself. Jemima, I love fashion. So it's there. It's there on my social media presence. It's there. This is what she likes. I like posting Christian content. This is what she likes. I like dancing sometimes, even though I have two left feet. This is what she likes. I like, I'm trying to think what else is on my social media. Okay, and then I recently started a business. The link is there. This is what she has done. So before you get to that place you want to be, what are the places that you have encountered in your life? What are areas you have surmounted? What are things that you have done? What are track records that people can say, this is how much he has grown. This is how much he has done. This is what he has done while waiting. Have you spoken in places? Is it on YouTube? Is it on Instagram? Is it somewhere? If someone says, oh, do you know this person? Ah, I don't know. Oh, this is what she has done. Oh, it's here. Take the link. Oh, check her Instagram. This is what she has done. This is what she does. Can people say that about you? And don't say I do not care what people say. No, you're waiting. You're literally waiting for people to talk about you. Talk about your work if you want to be humble. Talk about your work, not you. Of course, talk about your work. That's literally what you're waiting for. So, what do you mean you don't want to put yourself out there? You have to. It's the age that you're in. Unless you want to be in a hole, right in there, die in there, and your work never goes out. If that's not what you want, then you have to put in the work. Online presence. Hand in hand with this goes my fourth point, which is submit to the smallest of things. So this is also part of putting your work out there, putting yourself out there, putting yourself online. Submit to the smallest of things. Like I was saying before, if you Google Jesu Dubami Akanaba, you're going to see some places where my name was mentioned. The last major, me being one of the three shortlisted for the Island Prize 2023. That was like mind blowing. The manuscript I had started long ago and had to finish in a rush, and it won not long list, it entered the short list. Out of three was one. Out of thousands of people who submitted, I was one picked for a short list. So I can say Google just Lamia Ganaba. There's somewhere that says she was shortlisted. There's a picture of her. You're gonna see her where she folds her arms like this, and there's something shuku on her head that is up going to heaven. She's there. Her name is there. So in a few months from now, in 1 year from now, whatever time, soon, hopefully, when there's a big thing that comes and does another boof, there's a track record. So let me just spring out of anything. Since we like to appreciate people who came from the gutter. There are her gutters online. You can go, you can check where she came from. You can see gutter, 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 gutter. And the smallest of gutters, submit to this literary magazine there, submit to this one there, submit to you see the gutters, and then before she now go to this big thing. But since people like to remember your gutters, there are the gutters there. Go check online. They're there. Oh, you can even still see one leg of her slippers there. It's there. Going to the gutter is there. Her name is there. His name is there. But if you have not submitted into these quarters. What is a track record people can use to say, oh, he or she came out from the gutter? I hate the expression so much, but you get what I mean? Submit to the smallest of things. Submit opportunity. You never know which one may click. You never know which one may put your name somewhere. And even if it's not a big thing, like this prize last year, I was thinking, oh, this is it, finally. Today is it's just story, it's just history, which I'm referring to. Even if that's the case, even if that turns out to be the case, that this thing you thought really big thing ended up also being a small thing, if the record is there, it can't be wiped off. It's there. Your name is not in it for evil, your name is in it for good. You wrote something and you were recognized, even if it's just a small, oh, she was part of a group of people, or he was part of a group of people who wrote short stories and published it online, or just a few university or college students who wrote stories and put it online, or a group of friends who were drunk one night and wrote poems and put it online. It is there online. In this same vein, I would say liaise with others, liaise with your friends who are still coming up to. I heard this thing of, oh, people trying to network up, but you forget that even those who are up, they also want to network up. So you want them to come down to network with you who wants to network up to them. And so now people are saying, why don't you network sideways? Why don't you network with the people who are in your network, literally? Instead of trying to climb a ladder, which you will fall out from or fall down from, because the people you're trying to pursue, they are also trying to go up. They're not trying to come down. Everybody's trying to better their lives. Everybody's trying to go. So give yourself an advice and network side with people who you say are the clique of wealthy people. There was once a time where they were just in the house, gisting on each other and hitting each other's head. Come on, this stupid boy. Come on, this girl. Now they are the kicking clique of friends, rich friends, influential friends. But there were once people who, they were asking questions, is this what do we do with our future? Because at that point, they weren't yet in that big thing, but they were not small themselves. They were a circle of people, kept mingling together, kept doing things together. And then when it was time, it came. The big break came. The big thing. So keep networking with people. Do you have a friend who is artistic like you, who likes to write, who likes to do do stuff with them? Always plan. What can we do? What is the next thing we can do? What can we do for our community where we stay? What can we create? What can we do here? What can we do there? What can we? Okay, what's the next plan? Also, network sideways. Submit to the smallest thing. And while you wait, you should not be idle. I'm just going to quote this scripture, which I like so much. I'm going to paraphrase. It says something like, though it may tarry, wait for it, because it shall come to pass, it will not tarry. Though it may tarry, wait for it. Though the vision may tarry, wait for it. It will come to pass, it will not tarry. It's two things that are opposites, but we are putting them at one. Though it may tarry, wait for it. It will surely come, it will not tarry. You said it will tarry, but you said wait for it. That it will come, it will not tarry. So what are you saying? Is it going to tarry or not? Is it going to come or not? What are you trying to say? Are you trying to confuse me? No, it's just simple grammar. It's just simple explanation. Though it is taking time, wait for it. Because it will come. It will not tarry. It will not be long. How do you know it will not be long? You know it will not be long because you are busy. If you are busy doing what you are actually waiting for, you are always in it. You're always inside it. But if you are saying, I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting for it, it's going to be long because you are jobless. You are not doing anything while waiting for that big thing. But if you are doing everything that you are waiting for now, you are already in it. So wait for it. It will not be long because you are already doing it. It's not far anymore. You kept doing it. So it's not in the future, it's already now. And that's what this thing that I wrote here actually says. Now that I'm thinking of it, you will soon travel the world, start acting like it. Yes, there's some things I'm still struggling with, but there's a consciousness that I now have that What is in my present now, the struggles that are in my present now, is not what I am, it's not where I'm going to. So there are some things in my life now that has really changed for me. I know that there are some things I'm doing that are so different from how I used to, where I was just like, wow, this thing I'm waiting for is not coming. No, I'm already in it. I'm already great. I'm already a great writer. Already am big now. So if I'm waiting and waiting, I'm like, okay, when it comes, I'll start looking a certain way, I'll start dressing a certain way, I'll start carrying myself a certain way, I'll start doing certain things. That is when it will be very long. That's when it will be tarry. Because I'm waiting for it without doing anything. I'm being jobless. But because I am not being jobless, it is already here. So do what you are waiting for now. The fifth point I would say, I don't know, I don't want to be controversial, but I think you should keep your job. I know you we have all these motivational speakers of perspire to Maguire to retire to, but if you retire too early, you may perspire because life will, if you retire without Maguire, like if you retire without thinking, you will perspire. You will suffer. And I'm not trying to be funny. You will suffer. You will suffer. I can hear somebody saying God forbid. Yes, God forbid. That's why I think you should keep your job. Keep your job. You're not Chimamanda yet. I don't even I I don't know. She hasn't written a book since. Oh no, she wrote Mama Sleeping Scarf for kids, but because it's not for me, I still consider it that she has not written a book for us, us adults. She has not written a book since the last known one that are for adults. But Mama is not perspiring, she's living the life because she has earned it. She's big. When you're big, you're big. That's how we say it in Nigeria. When you're big, you're big. We are not Chimamanda. Keep your job. I don't want to say what I don't know, but I think she also has a job. I don't know anyway, but I think for most writers who have had big breaks, when you read of their biography now, what you see is that oh, they now lecture. Because baby, keep your job. Keep I don't know how to say it. Keep your job and try to love it while at it. I know the jobs can be frustrating. I know. I'm speaking from experience. They can be, you are like, this is not where I thought I would be at this age. This is not the job I thought I would be doing by now. I thought I'll be that big author. I thought I'll be that big writer. I thought I'll be that big thing. For those of you who are not writers who are still watching this, I thought I'll be this big thing, commanding places, doing this, doing this. But why am I still doing this job that is not really what I would want to be doing at this stage of my life? Why am I doing it? You're doing it because it's not yet time for you to leave it. Or maybe it is time, but because you're an adult, you learn that it's not everything that is, how did Paul say it now? It's not everything that is lawful that is expedient. So it's not everything that is sweet that you eat every day. Chocolates are easier to eat than vegetables. But you know that you can't live on chocolates. You have to take vegetables more because you have to. So keep your job. The best thing you can do is to know how to now have the balance and remember that even though I am doing this job now because I have to, I know a place that I'm going to. That's why I put all these notes to remind me, do this. Don't forget because like I said earlier, it's easy to forget. I'm not going to lie to you. I told you at the beginning of this. This is honestly a honest topic. Everything I'm saying here today, just know I'm speaking facts, facts of experience, facts of knowledge, facts of experience. I'm still experiencing. It is not easy. You're going to get tired. Some days you come back from work and you're like, you are depressed. Yes, payday is tomorrow, but you are depressed. You are doing shopping therapy, you have money to be able to buy something, but you know within your heart that this is not what you thought you've been doing by now. We're all adults, so these are the issues. You knew this is not what I thought I'll be doing. What am I doing here? Especially if the job is a kind of job that you just sometimes like, but you know where you're going, but you need the job for now, and that's the truth about life. So keep the job, baby. Keep reading and keep your job. The keeps, keep them. That's the way. Keep your job. Don't follow Maguire to Maguire. You will perspire. And I'm repeating it again. You will perspire. You will perspire. Don't follow people that will tell you Maguire to pass. Then they're banking on your money that you will pay to buy their book for them to eat. Don't you know that's their own job? And they're telling you to quit your own job. Keep your job. I won't say more than that on this point. The second to the last point I have is be happy for others. Be happy for others. There are many that will make it so to say before you do. There are many who you will see living the life that you are dreaming of. There are many who things seem to be happening so fast for. And no, it's not fake life. Not everybody that is living fake life. It's real life. Don't use those things to console yourself into not feeling. It's real life. They are living the real life. Yes, they are making it. Yes, they are living the life you are dreaming of. Yes, yes, it's real life. It's not fake. It's real life. Don't use reverse psychology on your brain. It is real life they are living. It's real life. Accept it that, oh, this is their life. I'm happy for them, especially people who are close to you, people who have done the feats that you want to achieve, people who have written those books, people whose names have been mentioned in big places, people who are traveling on the expense of what they have produced. Be happy for them. Be happy for them. Be happy for them. And again, not in a reverse psychology kind of way on your mind to say, okay, if I'm happy for them, it means I'll not be sad about myself. You can be feeling bad about your situation and still be happy for them because we don't know the prayers they also prayed. The way you're praying prayers, oh God, do this for me, do that for me, help me. I want my works to go far. Who knows the prayers they have prayed? Who knows the mountains they have climbed? Who knows the struggles that they have struggled? Recently, I think last week, I was on my way into work, into this job I told you to keep in the last point. And I had boom boom notification and I checked my email and it was a rejection email. And you know the way these people reject you? They reject you in a way that you're even angry about the rejection because of them. Not even because they rejected me. You are angry because of the way they're rejecting me. They're rejecting you in a way as if they're patronized. If you want to reject me and let me go. Which one is, oh, we like your work, but if you like my work, why are you rejecting me? Tell me. Anyway, that's not the point. I was about to enter into work, or yeah, I was just about to enter into the building. This message came, and do you know what happened at that moment? I just gave a big sigh, like, oh wow, this sunset has gone. I kid you not. I wanted to start feeling bad. What came to my mind was when you were shortlisted, first of all, you were longlisted. Don't you think that there were many who, like you today, got that email of sorry? How do you think they felt? How do you think the other people on that long list felt? So we are all struggling to climb up this ladder. We are also, the world is not against you, it's just life. The way you are praying, the way you are hoping, that's how everybody's hoping. The sky is big enough for all of us to shine, but maybe not at the same time, maybe not on the same night. So if this one is shining, be happy for them and bask in their light. They that I did that day was, oh, thank you God that somebody did that same morning when the person must have gotten an acceptance letter. And the, oh, thank you God I did last year when that joyful news of being shortlisted came, must have been that somebody else did that same day when we are very sorry. email came to them. It's just like, be happy for others. Be happy for others. Feeling very jealous of people to the point that start thinking bad towards them or start, acting weird towards them is jealousy in a way that is tantamount to witchcraft. It is witchcraft in a way. Be happy for them. And lastly, to tie all of this up, be happy for yourself. And what I mean by be happy for yourself is encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. That's how to be happy for yourself. Be happy that God has given you this gift, writing, storytelling, whatever it is. If you are not a writer watching me, whatever it is, be happy. Encourage yourself about it. You deserve it. The world may not know yet who you are or what you are, but you know. Someone said, I'm not sure who, said the life you live now was once your prayer sometime ago. You just can't remember because as human beings, we're always looking forward to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Encourage yourself. If no one will do that for you because you have not yet gotten to the point where the whole world has come to see your light, do that for yourself. Again, I'll keep referring to this notes I kept for myself. You will soon travel the world. Start acting like it. Start acting like this wonderful person that you know that you are, this wonderful being that you know that you are, this great, great being that the world will soon come to know. Start acting like it. Start talking like it. Start moving like it. What is your happiest self? When you close your eyes and imagine your happiest self, what is it? What is that one thing that you always wanted to do? What is that thing? Okay, now can you start doing that thing now? Can you try? Can you, even if you don't have the finances to support it or the willpower or even the emotions, the happiness to actually drive through? Because like I said, these things, I'm not just speaking of something by and by in the sky. I'm speaking of real life situations. Even if you are not motivated because there is always this question of what will be, what is right now. What is that one thing you can still do in the present? Can you focus on it and try? Can you be happy for yourself? The vision is for an appointed time. Do it tarry, wait for it will come to pass. It will not tarry. That's basically the message I have for you and for myself in this episode of Let's Talk Storytelling. I seem to have been sounding like a Maguire to Aspire motivational speaker today, but I bet you that has not been my plan at all. But if that's how I've come off today, I don't know. I hope it was good for somebody. I'm so happy you joined me today, and I've gotten a lot of things off my chest, and I'm happy. And I'll be glad if I've been able to impact somebody and just help somebody with this video. So if you think I have, please leave a like and a share and a comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for lounging with me in my bed today. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.